He had collapsed in someone's backyard, a husky with barely any life left in his body. The homeowners stepped outside and found him lying still, his body thin and weak, his eyes sunken so deep they could barely be seen. At first, they weren't sure if he was even breathing. His ribs showed with every shallow breath, his fur was matted, his body cold, and his spirit hanging on by just a thread. Word spread fast. A rescue team was tagged in a post about him. No one knew where he came from, but it was clear he hadn't eaten in a long time. He had likely been wandering alone, hungry, and forgotten. Someone drove out to Cleveland, Texas to find him, and there he was, barely moving, but still alive. Gently, he was picked up and placed in the car. Every second counted. The closest emergency vet was more than an hour away. It was the longest hour of anyone's life. Every few minutes, a glance back was needed, just to make sure he was still breathing. When he arrived, he couldn't stand. His body had nothing left. Vets rushed to help him. They gave him fluids, warmth, and a quiet space to rest. He had no name yet, just soft eyes that barely opened, and a heart that hadn't given up. Slowly, with time and care, he began to show signs of life again. It took days just to see his eyes, but when they finally opened, they were the brightest shade of blue, clear and striking like ice under sunlight. That's when everyone knew. There was still fight in him. He wasn't ready to give up. They called him Jake. He had to eat carefully. His stomach couldn't handle much after so long without food. Meals were given slowly, bit by bit, on a strict schedule, and Jake waited patiently each time. He seemed to understand. Every bowl was a gift, every bite a step forward. Even while healing, Jake had a calm spirit. Through all the pain and weakness, his eyes stayed soft. He didn't growl or flinch. He watched people kindly, as if thankful just to be near them. Bit by bit, he gained strength. First, he sat up. Then, he took a few steps. One day, he even wagged his tail. It wasn't much, just a little flip, but it was a sign. Jake was still in there, and he wanted to live. Then came the toy. At first, he didn't know what to do with them. He looked at the stuffed animals like they were foreign, but after a few days, something clicked. He began to play. Not just a little, but endlessly. He chased squeaky toys. He tossed things into the air. He'd roll in the grass and carry his rocket toy around like a prize. His favorite thing was to run in the backyard with a ball in his mouth, stopping only long enough to bring it back and start again. Jake had found joy again. He became a playful, happy dog. The kind who runs just for the fun of it. The kind who makes people laugh without even trying. He loved people. He loved animals. He loved life. At the vet, he wagged his tail at everyone. There was no fear, only curiosity. He wanted to say hello to everyone he met. He made friends quickly, both two-legged and four-legged. Even Jasper, another dog in the house who was usually slow to warm up to others, started to follow Jake around. Within days, they were like brothers. Jake was given a nickname, the House. Wolf. With his thick fur and goofy personality, he became the heart of the home. Always run, always playing, always smiling in his own dog. It didn't matter what room it was. Jake brought light to it. His past was painful, but he didn't let it weigh him down. He ran forward with his whole. The miracle was just that Jake survived. It was that he found joy, pure, innocent. He didn't carry bitter. He didn't seem to remember the pain. He only looked at it with his bright blue eyes and that big husky. Maybe that's what made Jake so special. He knew what it was like to have nothing, to feel cold and hungry, to be alone in the world. And because of that, he now cherished every balls, every nap in the, every moment. Jake's story was never meant to end in someone's back. It was meant to bloom in a place filled with care, laughter, and that's exactly what he did.